I am so thankful for a summer afternoon that is warm enough to be out. Definitely not rainy, but just mild enough to enjoy while the kids are playing at the playground. I wanted to come and share part two of my journey in hopes that it helps someone else. No matter which direction your business goes, sometimes even the seemingly disappointing failure is still beneficial to you if you decide to see it that way. And that is where I'm at. I am, even though I made that last video and I said, oh, the business idea failed and it did not evolve and become what I had hoped, there are still so many other things that I can do. And I also tend to, and maybe you do the same thing, we can overcomplicate business and we, can sometimes, I've got something to prove, this, that magical word, that loaded word of entrepreneur can seem so loaded, like you've got to have it all this way, exactly perfect out the gate, and it's generating passive income, or it's, super rewarding and it's super smooth, and it's like life. A lot of things aren't packaged perfectly pretty, but you still enjoy the journey and you still gain a lot of fulfillment from it. So I will be turning the house into yet another rental. I also discovered Pad Split. We will see. But Furnish Finder was good to me. And I said, we'll try it. But there's also, you can always sell something and you can always provide a service. And that has been the bread and butter of business for a lot of people. And it's not glamorous, it's not trendy, it's not anything to like, oh, what do you do? You know, I definitely am not running, you know, a fancy schmancy, I don't know what I would even call it, but buying and selling, or selling what you already have, or providing a service, that that can really move the needle. And for me, since going through that house and selling things, I have made a lot of money. Now I've taken that money and put it back into the business because I needed to buy beds, I needed to buy mattresses, I needed to buy some other little things to just pull the house together and make it more homey and finish the bedrooms. But if I had a skill that I would want to offer, I could do that too. And I thought about it. I said, I wonder if anyone else needs staging for just room rentals, or because from what I've noticed, aside from Airbnb, a lot of room rentals don't look like much, and I think that that says a lot about the clientele that you're going to attract and the longevity of that rental. If you provide a quality space at a great price, you might not have, even if people don't stay long, you're not going to have long vacancies. Now, I get it. You can say you need to still plan for vacancies because things do happen. I mean, you can't always, have it your way. Same thing with the car rental world. The car sat for maybe a week and then was rented right back at. So you're going to have your low seasons in anything, but I'm just thankful that I've been able to flip the switch in my mind, and on a positive note say, well, there's still something that can come out of this. It has also led me down a rabbit hole while I was researching, like, okay, how do I alleviate the financial responsibility of the house and all the things that I had invested. Remember, we were 20 grand in. I was like, okay, well, this could work to get me through the end of the lease. So, I can't be alone, but I am choosing to have a growth mindset. I am choosing to speak positively about it while still being realistic and believing in that how I see it, how I think about it still matters. And yes, I had high hopes, but I'm not letting that slow me down. I'm not letting that stop me. I'm not letting that determine, or define, like, oh, business is not for me and things like that. And I also wanted to touch on, and maybe this will be, I'll separate this video. But if you're where I'm at my biggest advice and my biggest lesson in all of this is keep more of a safety net savings. Don't give up. Just look to see where you can pivot, evolve, partner, ask around for help. Don't be afraid to share, like, hey, because I definitely put it out there. I was like, the rooms are going to be for rent. Does anyone know anyone that either wants to take over a lease or rent rooms? Now, even though nobody knew anything at the time, it could be back of mind. Maybe something could still come up. The rooms aren't even ready yet. I'm still getting them together. So you just never know. And I want to, two other things I wanted to share. I know I'm on the right path too, because when I did need help, the right help came, if that makes sense. So though I wasn't able to work with promoters and different people that was like, okay, how to get these things off the ground, I needed someone to cut the grass, and I didn't necessarily have time to go and get on the computer and Google someone and blah, 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 blah. So I was riding through the neighborhood and I said, I'm going to find someone. And I rode the neighborhood, I didn't see anyone, and I went to the shopping center. And I parked, and I was getting ready to go in the store, and this man pulled right up past me with a truck, a trailer, his weed whacker, lawnmower, everything. I was like, oh my gosh. I honked the horn, and I said, excuse me, do you cut grass for hire? And he's like, I sure do. And he's been cutting the grass ever since. That was a blessing in disguise. And he doesn't charge me anything, like nothing. I was so floored, and I was so thankful. And then when I was buying my beds off of Facebook Marketplace, the one house that I went to buy the last bed, this guy was walking down the street, and he walks up on the front porch and grabs the rest of the pieces and proceeds to, without saying a word to me, put them in my car to help me. And I was like, thank you so much. So he's like, yeah, no problem. And he turns, and it was a moving company t-shirt. And I was like, oh my gosh, you work for a moving company. Do you do it on the side, and do you do assembly and things like that? He was like, yeah, I do all of that. And I was like, oh, could I hire you, put the beds together, and help me bring the beds? Because I had put them, uh-oh, you okay? You bleeding? But are you bleeding? Okay. Long story short, he came literally a couple days later, brought all the beds upstairs, put them in each room, and put them together. He quoted me $80. I paid him 90. Like, totally made my day. I cannot stand assembly. It's not my cup of tea. So those are just two examples of like being at the right place at the right time, and people that you need to do to help you with what you need to do that's on the right path will show up. And I had to have peace in that. I had to think about that. I was like, so I am going the right way. And this journey has been like this. So that's another way to look at this thing. You could call it a miracle, you could call it luck, you could call it fate, you could call it whatever, but they were exactly where I needed them to be, and they were reasonable, and they did not gouge me. And even the other guy with the grass cutting, and then he helped me, do some other things around the house that it would have taken me so much longer to do by myself. So there's that. The right people will find you at the right time, when you are on the right path. And I hope that helps you be encouraged. I'm going to make this second video because I'm really excited about talking about the next thing. And until the next one, peace. Bye.